Sometimes we get some really good news in the culture, and this is one of the best. Gina Carano is going forward with her lawsuit against Disney that's helped by Elon Musk and his legal team. And Disney's in trouble, I think. I think this is a big, big watershed moment. They put in a motion to dismiss Gina Carano's lawsuit. It's been denied, and we have the full information here. I've gone over this at length. I've actually run a defamation case myself against the World Science Fiction Convention back in 2018. Did a long lawsuit for their wrongful treatment of me. They banned me and libeled me on their website, a racist bully. Got me blacklisted from the publishing industry as a science fiction author because of this. So I have some analysis for you guys as a person who's been through this of what this means. And this is a big victory. This is a big, big victory. Now, in my case, they came to me. They decided to settle for a public apology and some money to me. So I got paid. They apologized for libeling me a racist bully. It's the judge ordered it and sealed it. And that makes my day because that means I'm legally not racist, which is a lot of fun. How many people can say that? Now, let's see what Gina's up to because there's a lot to unpack here. And I can't wait to get into this great information for you guys in just a moment. For now, hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to join us here in our community where we talk about the important things in culture. We're big into science fiction, movies, video games, of course, comic books. And I've got a great new comic book as well on Kickstarter, which I would love for you to check out. It's called The Hidden Emperor. And, Gina, if you're available and you want to option this for a movie, you know, you're not a redhead, but we could see what we could do. You're not a black lady replacing her, at least. Oh my gosh, that'd be so much fun. But I do have this here. The Emperor of Humanity has been kidnapped, and Ayla Rin is out trying to find out what happened and, of course, stop a clone who's taken over the government from destroying the Terran Imperium. It's a lot of fun. Please check this out on Kickstarter. Really appreciate you guys for coming in so hard on this already. This is our biggest campaign yet. It's been amazing. You will not be disappointed by this. If you love Star Wars, this is definitely going to scratch that itch for you. It's in the description below. Thank you guys so much again. All right. So Gina Carano's lawsuit is going forward. The motion to dismiss has been denied. Disney is blown out. This is a joyous day. So Disney filed a motion to dismiss. This is pretty standard in lawsuits. What happened is you file these lawsuits. They file a motion to dismiss, trying to get the judge to just throw it out as frivolous ahead of time. They also usually file a countersuit called a slap argument, and that slap motion is usually meant to try to extract lawyers' fees out of you on the opposite end. So I don't know about that right now. I haven't seen anything like that in this instance. But with this, the motion to dismiss has been thrown out. The judge said that they did not meet the burden of proof to not allow this to go to trial, and that Gina does have enough evidence that it should go to trial, and that is a good move forward in the right direction. That should make Disney very, very scared because these trials are long, they're arduous, discovery is going to happen. There's already so much information out there that, like, with discovery, you kind of got to ask the right questions to get the right answers. But with the James O'Keefe incident where they were showing that there was discrimination among their hiring practices illegally, where they're showing that they actually do not cast white males, and they put out actual statements saying that they're looking for non-white males. I mean, you already know that there's problems there going on. So on top of that, Disney's had this leak of terabytes of data that came out just a couple months ago, or maybe less than a month ago. And people are combing through that, trying to find what's happening there. All this information's out there that's not very good. Now, Disney stock is like tanking. It is very, very low. They've had massive problems on that level. Investors know that there's a big, big liability here. So Gina is in a spot where she can really open the floodgates, too. If her lawsuit ends up being successful, I think there's a lot of people who have wrongful termination or discrimination lawsuits that can come down the pipeline. I think we can get a class action lawsuit against it. There already is one going on the opposite end, on the leftist side, where women have banded together in California saying there's a class action lawsuit against Disney as well, that they are not getting paid as much as their male counterparts. That's a silly statement, but at the same time, that's a big liability to Disney too. So they're waging war on multiple fronts because they played with fire. When you get into the woke agenda and get into this stuff, you are playing with fire and you're asking for it. It's the end of your company every single time, and the only way out of it is just to purge that element from your company. But they're way past that, it's too late for Disney, I think. Couldn't happen to a nicer company. So Gina's lawsuit is going forward. She actually named me as an expert in the lawsuit, which I appreciate, Gina. One of my articles for PJ Media that I wrote on the topic is listed as some of the evidence, which is kind of cool because we do the investigative work here that makes this stuff go. Now, on top of this, Gina's released a statement, of course, and so Gina's statement came here on Twitter, X, whatever you call it these days. Did I just dead name Twitter? I'm sorry about that. Sorry, Elon. All right. The court denies defendant's motion. She says, I am moved to tears. After a brutal 3.5 years, I am being given an opportunity to move forward in the court of law before the judge and my peers to clear my name. I am so grateful for this opportunity. What happened to me was unacceptable, absurd, and abusive, among other things. It should not have happened to me, and it should not have happened to anybody else moving forward. Let's stop it here. I have quite literally fought to get where I got in my career through intense ups and downs, and I'll keep up that fight and continue doing what I love. I appreciate all of you who stood by me and defended me. I am so sorry that similar situations have happened to some of you. I want you to know that I see you and I stand with you. Thank you, Gina. Thank you to Elon Musk, a man I've never met who so graciously gave me a fighting chance. Thank you for standing for justice for all of humanity. May God bless you and your family for years to come because he has chosen you at such a time like this. Below is an interview I did with Ben Shapiro 3.5 years ago, February 2021. At my lowest point, I was wounded in so much pain. This is when she was actually blacklisted from Disney, but I feel that pain lifting now. I pray for justice to shine through this case. It's been a heck of a life. I am looking forward to getting back to the art of storytelling and doing my part to help the world heal. Thank you all. I'm sure it would be quite the battle ahead, but God's given me the ability to take some punches and to give some back. My feet are on solid ground. Imagine what your voice can do. Wow, that's inspiring. Amazing stuff right there. This is how long it's been going on. Disney did this to her back in 2021. It's 2024. This is how long this stuff percolates. And a lawsuit here can take another couple of years. And she's very lucky that she has Elon Musk and his team on this because it costs a lot of money to see these things through. Takes a lot of legal time. And these lawyers, like each one of them, that she's got a team, costs at least $500 an hour. I could tell you in California, it's crazy. So in order to get all that accomplished, it takes a ton of resources. And most people don't have those kind of resources, which is why the average person really can't fight this kind of thing. You really need somebody like an Elon Musk in order to take on a Disney because they'll just run it into the ground for years and just blow money. And, the average person can't fight against that, of course. Now, it's already come up whether Gina Carano will settle or not, and that's something that happens all the time in these sorts of things. Once it gets to a certain point, a company realizes the liability is too great, they don't want to go forward with it, and so they offer settlement numbers. And that's what happened with me, right? I mean, what they offered to me was an apology and money. And since I got that public apology, that was a big contingency part about it because they libeled me. I was fine with that. That was something that I really was good with, and I, of course, deployed that money into producing more art. So as much as they tried to stop me from being in publishing, they directly contributed to me publishing extra books. Very, very ironic, which made me happy. Now, this is a different situation. She's got a wrongful termination, so Gina almost has to see this through in order to teach Disney the lesson that they can't do this. Or on the other end, the settlement has to be so expensive that she can make her own like A-list movies and then compete with Disney, right? That's about what's going to be needed here, right? And she probably needs an apology as well, a public apology. And so we'll see what happens with that. What Gina said on this so far is that she says, I kind of go back and forth on that. I'll be real honest with you. I feel like at some point, when is all this going to stop? And that's something that's common with these legal cases. By the time mine got done, again, like I was like not even offended about being blacklisted. I've moved on because it was like years later. And that's exactly what happens here. It's not as fresh anymore. You want to, as a creative and as a professional, get back to your professional work and stop spending all your time doing this. I mean, not only is there the money, but you have to go over every document. You have to give statements all the time. You have to come up with more evidence. It's almost a full-time job to do one of these lawsuits. It's really terrible. So she says, when is somebody going to stop them from treating people this way? They've treated people for how long and treated people like this? And then the second part of my brain is I've been going through a lot in the last 4 years. I want to tell stories. I don't want to constantly be in court or constantly be political even. Yeah, it's tough. So I think I totally feel for her. So I think we have a really strong case, stronger than most people on the internet will let you know. And I feel very, very positive. I don't have very much, and I don't have anything to hide, and they have everything to hide. So I'd be very nervous if I was them. So she's not ruling out settling in this instance, but I would hope her settlement, like I said, would be enough for her to make an A-list movie and also come with a public apology, because those two things are desperately needed. I don't think settling for less than that would serve anything at this point. So I hope Gina will stand strong and try to get that at the very least. All right. Good news for the internet right now. There's my analysis. Hope that was helpful for you guys. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Really appreciate all of you for being there. And I appreciate all of you for supporting independent art. Like I said, it'd be great. Tag Gina and tell her to option this. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. And grab this right now. Share it on social media with your friends so it gets out there. Word of mouth is everything, guys. It really is. It helps us get more people to see our beautiful stories and these wonderful stories that can replace things like Disney. It's all on you, and I appreciate you so much. Thanks for